انا بس بصور لكم فيديو عشان اقول لكم رساله واحده. عايزين ننزل يوم 25. لو لسه عندنا كرامه ولسه عايزين نعيش كإنسان وكبني ادمين في البلد دي، لازم ننزل يوم 25.
Tahrir Square becomes a source of energy and spatial transformation, while official and private buildings that are symbolic and representative of the area are observed as a physical network of power. As a call for the protest of January 25, 2011, the virtual space is the generator of collective action to carry out strategies for taking space. Thus, on January 25, the movement of bodies towards this energy generator begins by means of the different arteries, whether they are from the downtown or from the modern plan. These characteristics are not important anymore, and it is the bodies that create tensions towards the constructions of the political architectural practices. The occupation places are identified in front of the movement places which are continuously altered throughout the occupation. At specific times, the buildings of the governing party and the Egyptian Museum are focal points for their symbolism of power that they carry in the Egyptian society and attract security forces that compress and stretch the space of the occupants. The first encounters of space forces are generated around these buildings, and an attempt is made to separate the area of the downtown, which is where the alleys and passages function as points of spatial strategies, while in the avenues, the open areas and the bridge activate spatial tactics. It is also at this time when the government decides to block access to the internet. One of the most significant moments that would generate a great force of collaboration and space action is the set on fire of Mubarak's political party building. At this point, the collective imaginary and the architecture of power are drastically altered, while spatial tactics of power are produced in situ, with the construction and assembly of dissenting ad hoc architectural micro-occupations. The multiple micro-occupations blur the boundaries between the private and the public, the exterior and the interior, the legal and the illegal. But they do not transform the space, they transmute it. This means that in order to obtain something of equal value must be delivered, the exchange of equivalents, and it is only possible when it is done collectively and intermittently due to the scale of the occupation. On the 12th day of the occupation, a new action is taken by the security forces that restrict and compress the space of the occupants again. This time with greater violence and with the support of pro-Mubarak forces. The square is emptied and only the movement of people and some of the previously assembled structures remains. That is, the void is that of the physical occupation, but not of the agents that act in the radical spatiality. And for that intermittence, in the manner of TAZ, temporary autonomous zone of Hakim Bay, the occupation is materialized from within and from several centers. There is a change of forces from centripetal to centrifugal within the square, of Tahrir Square. It is a dynamic occupation and the inhabited zones are transformed more frequently. That there is always movement. On the 18th day of the occupation, President Mubarak resigns and the occupation vanishes.